Dr. Riek Machar, release pending, IOMP, raise theirs concerns depending on Saturday, meeting with Africans Union and IGAD envoys to South Sudan. The steps to achieve peaceful and stable South Sudan. 1. Immediate and unconditional release of our chairman, Dr. Riek Machar and other political detainees, and then engage in meaningful political dialogue to resolve the current political impasse. 2. Reversing all the violations of the provisions of the revitalized agreement, so that it is implemented in letter and spirit, which is the viable option for the peaceful and stable South Sudan. 3. The continuous illegal detention of Dr. Riek Machar must be addressed the African Union to avoid the collapse of the revitalized agreement that can make the government lose legitimacy. Losing legitimacy can throw the country into chaos and destruction. 4. All the discussions concerning the peace and security in South Sudan must focus on how to save the revitalized agreement as the only document that can enable the country to build strong institutions, particularly the modern army, that is proportionally representative of all communities in South Sudan. 5. Whereas the SSPDF has some of the highly professional soldiers, it is not representative of all South Sudanese, which makes it not having national character. 6. Implementing the revitalized agreement in letter and spirit can help us build a strong national and modern army that can remove the current shame where our borders are being taken by the same army, which is preaching that it is protecting the government in Juba. 7. We need to implement the revitalized agreement to have the national and security sector that is respectable, independent, and committed to defending our country objectively, and with the aim of ensuring national unity and to effectively secure our state sovereignty. 8. We need to implement Chapter 2 of the revitalized agreement to build the strong and neutral security sector that is neutral politically and independent to ensure that politicians respect the constitutions and other laws. This can be the security that cannot be easily directed by other individual leaders to arrest other leaders without the court order. 9. We need to implement the revitalized agreement to establish the strong court system with independent constitutional court that protects the Constitution of South Sudan that shall be passed in accordance with Chapter 6 of the revitalized agreement. 10. We need to implement the revitalized agreement to have permanent constitution that can provide the full federalism that can ensure equal and equitable distributions of resources in South Sudan that will further contribute to peaceful and stable South Sudan. 11. We need to implement the revitalized agreement that provides the system of the government that ensures safe exit of our leaders. This can help us to have peaceful transfer of power instead of forceful retirement that can put the whole country into chaos or political instability. 12. We need to implement the revitalized agreement to achieve national dialogue, reconciliation, and healing among our grassroots that can be achieved through the implementation of Chapter 5 of revitalized agreement. 13. We need to implement the revitalized agreement to achieve transparent and accountable management of our resources, where the national revenue shall be managed transparently and accountably and used in funding essential public services at the grassroots that shall be in accordance with the government priorities as shall be later outlined in this communication. 14. We need to implement the revitalized agreement to achieve peaceful political parties politics where parties are free to conduct their political activities without the SPLMIG meddling in their affairs. 15. We need to have strong and independent political parties council, PPC, with tribunal to ensure parties uphold strong internal democracy that helps the members of different political parties, including the members of the SPLMIG, to elect their leaders without giving leadership absolutely power to impose leaders that are not capable to manage them and the country. 16. We need peaceful politics, peaceful South Sudan, and peaceful grassroots communities that enable the government to set priorities and using oil money to fund them. The priorities of South Sudan should include 17. Peace and security. This includes improving our image regionally and internationally with foreign policy that is citizenship-based. The foreign policy must put public interest above individual interests in order to avoid using our Foreign Affairs Department to bargain for individual interests internationally. 18. Agriculture and food security, health, education, and physical infrastructure. 22. Finally, for the above points to be done successful, the following conditions must be in place. A. Immediate and unconditional release of our chairman, His Excellency Dr. Riek Machar and other political detainees, irrespective of their political parties. B. Engaging in meaningful political dialogue and reconciliation that will lead to setting of political priorities during the transition as we prepare for the upcoming general elections that will depend on the outcome of political dialogue. C. The SPLM-IG must accept the fact that the future of South Sudan and her people solely depends on the revitalized agreement as it is. Hence, there is a need for the SPLM-IG to have the political will to save their little remaining legacy. C. The AU should take proactive approach and be active in issues of South Sudan within this transitional period to help us achieve meaningful democratic transition that shall result into free, fair, and credible elections. Thanks. Hondur Yual Namgek Daniel MP, TNLA Kbet County Lakes, the SPLM-IO. Joint Petition to the International Community on the South Sudan Peace Process. 2. The African Union, AU, Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, United Nations Security Council, UNSC, Troika Partners, United States, United Kingdom, Norway, European Union, EU, all friends of South Sudan. From Adit, South Sudanese political leaders, civil society organizations, religious leaders, diaspora communities, and concerned citizens. Subject: Urgent call for international intervention to safeguard the South Sudan peace process. We, the undersigned, united in our commitment to peace, justice, and stability in South Sudan, hereby issue this urgent appeal to the international community to act decisively in the face of growing threats to the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan, IRARCSS. Our concerns. 1. Prolonged detention of Dr. Riek Machar. 10. The continued illegal detention of the first Vice President and SPLM-IO Chairman is a direct violation of the peace agreement and a destabilizing factor in the political process. 2. Erosion of the peace agreement. Ongoing violations, delays, and lack of political will threaten to collapse the RRCSS. 3. Risk of renewed instability. Without urgent corrective measures, South Sudan risks returning to widespread violence, political chaos, and humanitarian crisis. Our demands: 1. Immediate and unconditional release of Dr. Riek Machar, Teni, and all political detainees. 2. Full and faithful implementation of the RRCSS in both letter and spirit. 3. Active international oversight. The AU, IGAD, and UN must take a proactive role in monitoring and enforcing compliance with the peace agreement. 4. Protection of political freedoms. Ensure all political actors can operate freely without intimidation or interference. 5. Support for a credible transition. Guarantee a political environment that allows for free, fair, and transparent elections at the end of the transitional period. Why this matters now. The fate of South Sudan's peace process depends on immediate action. Silence and inaction from the international community will be interpreted as acceptance of the violations and could contribute to the collapse of the peace deal. Our call to action. We call upon the African Union, IGAD, the United Nations, Troika Partners, the European Union, and all international friends of South Sudan to publicly condemn the detention of Dr. Riek Machar and other political detainees. Exert diplomatic pressure on the government of South Sudan to honor its commitments under the RRCSS. Take tangible enforcement measures to safeguard the peace agreement, including targeted sanctions on spoilers if necessary.